てないため絶対サービスキープしようこっちかフォロースルーに祝って絶望へのプレリュードを聞けそしてthat's what you want.
Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and welcome back to Prince of Tennis 2005 Crystal Drive. We took a little bit of a small, I guess, hiatus, because it was Halloween and whatnot. But we're back in Season 5 of Prince of Tennis 2005 Crystal Drive. This season has been dedicated mainly to unlocking all of the Hyote cast. I'll show you a little something in a moment, but our next task is to take on the R-1 Trial Singles Tournament. We took down our first Trial Singles Tournament the previous season, the T1 Tournament, and Trial Singles is a tournament where you have to pick 3 players, similar to the Survival Singles, but you only play a single set, and you can rotate your players almost whenever you want. So you can see here we've already got the full Segaku cast. I think I've showed this off before, but we've also got the full Furihime cast, as well as Saint Rudolfo. We're missing 2 or 3 players here from Yamabuki Chu, which I'll try and get at some other point. But here we are at the Hyote cast, and you'll see here that we've got one of the newest members. I don't remember his name. I'm sure I have it written down somewhere, but he is the flippy dude from Hyote who partners up with Oshitari. I unlocked him by doing the Kanto doubles tournament, which we've already done in the past using Shishido and Otari. I was originally going to do that on screen, but I figured this is a tournament we've already done, so let's just do it off screen, get this character, it's fine. Let's move on. Next thing, we've got these 2 random characters. I've kind of discussed them a little bit. But today we're actually going to pick up this guy, and we're going to do something similar to what we did with Otari, in that we're going to pick him just 3 different times. And we're actually not even going to bother switching, because it really won't make a difference. It would have been nice, as I was playing the doubles match, I was actually considering it would be interesting if this game had some sort of stamina mechanic, and I know immediately when you hear that you think like, oh no, not stamina. That stamina systems usually suck, right? Because one of the main things about video games is that you don't want to, you know, you want to be able to like do a bunch of the things that you can't do in real life. So adding in that burden of, oh my god, I got to take a breath and all this other hyper-realism stuff kind of distracts from the fact that it's a video game and all that jazz. But for the most part, I think this is the best tennis game, just for the sheer fact of the number of different shots that it has. So, you know, I have a flat shot, I can do a topspin, I can do backspin, I can do a drop shot, I can do a lob, I can do a short lob, I can do all these different kind of shots, which is really nice in that regard. And it also, you know, pretty much has all the basic rulings, everything down the line, everything seems to make sense. You know, I hit it in one direction, the ball goes in that direction. And they have all the different stats for characters, so that kind of works, right? But on top of it being like a good tennis game, you know, just like raw tennis, they also have the anime aspect to it, which I think is really well done in terms of like specials and stuff. So it gives you that like Mario Party feel, while at the same time not being like so rubber bandy. How Mario Tennis, did I say Mario Party before? I might have said Mario Party before, but it doesn't give you that rubber bandy effect like Mario Tennis does, where it's kind of like this ridiculous game of crazy flashing nonsense that doesn't really make any sense. Which you can almost say that to an extent to this game, but I don't know, compared to like the most recent tennis game, I think it's like Ultimate Ace or some tennis related name with Ultimate snapped into it, but it's the one on the Switch, where they have this sort of, and they have a similar mechanic to what they have in this game with the gauges, where you have a gauge that you fill up, which allows you to do defensive or offensive attacks. And that, you know, it's not horrible. It's just the fact that the offensive and defensive skills are just way too powerful on their own, where it is kind of too difficult to actually really combat these moves. Wow, that is so slow. That is crazy. Yeah, it's like really difficult to combat those kinds of moves. The defensive moves, they pretty much get you, as long as you have the meter for it, you can more or less get out of most of the moves. And the power moves, if your opponent doesn't have the meter to block it, you can more or less guarantee your point, right? And you can say the same thing about this game to an extent. There are some specials that are really strong, but the only reason why it seems that way is just because I play against a computer, and they for some reason decide to just not hit back specials unless it's on hard difficulty, in which case they hit all the specials back, right? That's kind of what I'm getting at, right? Like, I like that I can try and do a special, my opponent can try and do a special to try and get some kind of advantage, but it's not like as soon as they do a special, that's it, it's over, I'm fucking wrecked, right? As is usually the case in like the Mario Tennis games. Like there's I think like the GBA games that I really want to play on this channel because they have like a story mode and they're in my Camelot and they're pretty fun, but they have these really dumb mechanics where like you can power up, I think it's like your slice, and I guess because of the limitations of the hardware rather than, you know, making the slice what it actually is, which is a low, slow, unpredictable bouncing kind of ball, they had to go and make it where if you get hit by a super strong slice, you spin backwards out of control and you get like a dizzy state or some stupid shit. Unnecessary things like that is what I'm referring to. Like, I don't mind some of the like wacky stuff this game does, but those are like on the side, you know, whereas like in Mario Tennis it's like that's the whole game. Which, you know, for some people is okay. I just, you know, obviously I really enjoy tennis and I would rather a more solid tennis game, especially coming out of Mario 64, which is ironically something I've been wanting to do on the channel for so long. It doesn't have like a story mode or anything like that, but it just has like some tournaments that I wanted to do. I wanted to run a couple of tournaments through here. Oh my god, this is the worst. I wanted to run through a couple of tournaments, but I was hoping that I would actually be completely and utterly done with Prince of Tennis by now. Like I've said before, like I was hoping Prince of Tennis would be like my, you know, my big breakthrough on YouTube or whatever, and I'd be like streaming it and I have a bunch of viewers and all this stuff, all these illusions of grandeur and whatnot. And then once that was done, or either it was done or somewhere in between seasons, I would play some of the Mario Tennis games, some of the other tennis games. But that actually hasn't happened, because all I've been playing is this game. We'll see if we can change that coming soon. We are wrapping up on Prince of Tennis. Like I said, I think I can probably just squeeze everything into Season 6, and then Season 6 is it. And maybe we'll do like a community. We'll do like community. We'll have 6 seasons and a movie. Maybe I'll stream for a very long time and do like the Dust tournament or something like that. But I think I'll leave it at that, and then maybe play some other tennis games. But I don't know. I'm in a sort of weird spot with the channel. But none of that matters right now. Well, I kind of took this complete tangent about Mario Tennis when I was trying to talk about a stamina system in this game. I think a stamina system would be good just in terms of like point stamina. What I mean by that is if like me and my opponent are at the net and we're just constantly pressing the same button and you know, doing the fucking ping pong that can happen in these tennis video games, I would like it, Jesus, if like, you know, there was some sort of stamina feature where they kind of have that in this game where they, oh, I just realized we only got one racket, where if you hit someone with too much of a powerful shot, they can't really hit it back as easily. If you attack them a lot towards their like forehand or something like that, you know, it makes it a lot harder for them to return. Those kinds of things is what I meant by stamina. Not just so much you run and then you get tired kind of stamina, right? No, I meant the kind of stamina where, you know, you're just not able to compete as well over time and your opponent can actually wear you out and use that to their advantage. So for example, That'll come into play if, like, you know, I'm a less skilled player overall, or if I'm using a less skilled character. I can bank on the stamina factor where I can try and overbear my opponent kind of deal, but just a thought. It would have been interesting because I was playing doubles with Otari and Shishido, and the problem I was having is with the fact that I picked Otari, since I just did survival singles with him, and I was like, alright, this should be easy. I literally just cleaned up with him, plenty of bagels, right? Plenty of them in a row. So I thought maybe, yeah, I'm just gonna let that go. I thought maybe I could like do something similar, but the problem with that is since it's doubles, I'm not serving as often. Wow, that's lame. So Shishido's serving sometimes, and then I'm also not returning serve as often. Shishido has to return. Come the actual fuck on, bro. That is your special. What are you doing? Oh my god. What in the fuck just happened? He just fucking... Okay. But yeah, I was just having a hard time actually... And now I just get an ace. I was just having a hard time just like getting through really easily. Got to the point where like the last game I played against Bunta and I forgot his partner's name, but the bald black guy. I was playing against them and they got me to 5 zip, and I had to rally all the way from 5 zip to fucking a tie break and end up beating them. It was ridiculous, but that's just because I wasn't able to just power through like I usually could. And since Otari doesn't have any sort of shot specials that he can do, or at least none that were coming out really easily for me, I wasn't able to just power through like I usually do, right? And then there was also the fact that since I've leveled up, I figured out how to actually level up doubles partners. I don't know if I've talked about that. I think I have. Wow, that's fucking stupid. Does that mean even though I have 3 other characters, it's game over? Are you kidding me? This is the dumbest shit in the world. Alright, so we're back. It's funny how before it was like 3-2 or like something like that. But as soon as I stopped rambling about whatever it is I was talking about, we're up 4 zip right now. And of course, as soon as I started talking, I actually lost a point. But I've gone ahead and I switched to Hiyoshi number 2. As you remember, I picked 3 different Hiyoshis. This is the one that I picked for singles. And he's been doing a great job so far. But also, I've discovered that Hiyoshi is secretly the best character. He's the best character to, like, basically to unlock the main majority of the class and play through the majority of this. Just because he has this move here, which is just some move that he does. I don't know the name of it. I didn't bother to research it because I suck now. It's 2020. CurlyHairedHero does not look up anything. He doesn't give you any useful information. But it's a move that only costs 1 gauge. I don't really think it does anything. Pretty sure if it was like even against myself, I would be able to easily return it. Doesn't seem like it has any sort of special characteristics. But what's important about it is it only costs 1 gauge, so it's really easy to build up. So it's really easy for me to use it. And the way the computer works, regardless of what special I use, if it is a special and they're not on super hard mode, they will just not know how to return it and let the point go through. So I can easily build up 1 bar and just start fucking hammering this thing. And it's amazing. All he needed was a serve special and he would have been the best for this, but it doesn't matter because I can just immediately go and hit it. And his awakening gauge like duration, his awakening mode duration is actually quite solid, you know. So he's actually secretly the best character. I guess, you know, 80 something episodes in, if you're picking up Prince of Tennis 2005 and you want an easy way to go through and unlock characters, get Hiyoshi and just use him. But yeah, we're gonna take on the first round of the Trial Singles R-1 tournament. Once we're done with this tournament, we'll actually unlock Kabaji, who is the character all the way to the right there, part of Hyoten, and then we'll just about have everyone from Hyoten except for 2 people, one very important character which we'll be unlocking in the next tournament. But in any case, take care of yourself.